G'day, I'm Bob from Paradise, and today we're going to talk about caladiums. What you see here is about 1,000 caladiums. Last week they were so high, beautiful leaves like this. This week we've cut them all back so that we can get them back to a reasonable size so we can send them out to you. We can't send caladiums out that big. They basically come from the Brazil area. Really colourful leaves, and there's about 7 to 12 species. I'm not sure on the number. I think there's 12, but around Brazil there's 7 different species, and one of them, Caladium bicolour, it's been multiplied these days into hundreds and hundreds of different varieties. So it's very hard to get a particular variety because there's so many of them. You're better just to look at the colours, I think. So if you look at these leaves, you can see they're a heart-shaped leaf. If you look at this one here, I think this one's going to be on our list this week. These get quite big too. Some of them are fairly small and some get really large. And then we've got ones like this. Whoop, that's a flower. Ones like this one here. And as I said, if you look around here, there's a beautiful red one. So if you look down here, you can see how we've cut them all back. So they'll be shooting up like this next week, and we can send them out to you. It's only a matter of another couple of weeks, and they'll have their leaves again, which last right through well into winter, and then they die down. They die down for about 3 months. And like over the summer period they multiply, they die down for 3 months. You can either keep them in the pots, but don't let them get wet over winter, or you can actually lift them and treat them like any other bulb. They're not actually a bulb, they're a tuber with eyes on them that can be divided. And so keep them, if you lift them, just keep them on the dry side. If you leave them in the pots, cover them and don't water them. Keep them just moist. Don't let them desiccate, but cover them with a bit of plastic. Like here, we put a sheet of plastic over the whole lot and just keep an eye on them. They don't dry out. If you don't do that, if you just leave them, you're likely to lose them because they tend to rot, especially the ones that you really like the most. And as I said, you can multiply them and you get more and more each year. Caladiums do flower, obviously. Here's and the flowers vary a fair bit. Here's one here. It's just opened up, and there's another one. Here's just to show you the variation. We've kept quite a few flowers on these to play around with them this summer. There's another one there. So, and I can see there's a few more around the place, and there's quite a bit of variation in the flowers. You can actually hybridise them yourself. They're an aroid in the family Araceae, which means they're related to other elephant ears, and the plants with spaves and spadixes. Now here's the spadix in there, and if you spread some pollen onto there just at the right stage is just before it's opened here, along that spadix you'll get little berry-like, so they'll start off green, little berry-like fruits go right along that spadix, and inside that'll be tiny little seeds. Now if you want to do that, it's an art in itself, but there's lots of information on YouTube on how you can do that. I'll just put this one back here. There's another one opening. There's another flower there. Oops. See how much variation you get in the flowers. Nice colour inside it. But mainly grown for their leaves. And you can see these ones here, we cut them on Monday, and today's Thursday, and we've sat them in water and they're as good as gold. So like if you want to cut them for a cut flower arrangement, they'll obviously they're going to last for 4 days. So I think you might get a couple of weeks out of them. I'm not sure. Here's one we cut on Monday, and look, that's still hasn't even been in water. So they do like humidity, and I don't think they go really well in a really dry climate unless you've got it in a greenhouse. Humid conditions. They like moisture but not too much, and they hate being soggy. Don't let them be soggy at all. They need to be in a really well drained mix, but not too coarse. What we do is you just make up your own mixture, but we put, like, we might use 50% of commercial potting mix, our own mix, which is sort of like that. You can see that's got a fair bit of coarse material already in it, and we might use 50% of that. We might use 30% of coarse bark, like that, coarse material, and then you can add a like charcoal. That's a pretty fine charcoal. You can get a coarser ones than that, just a grade or two up, but that's fine. Charcoal, they love that. So do like the anthurium. It's a bit like an anthurium mix, really. And that's gravel, blue metal. Just about all plants love blue metal. I don't know what's in it, but I've never done a study of it, but they like it, so just, you can throw 10% of that in as well. Make sure it's blue metal. So that's the mix. That's a little bit about caladiums for now. We will have more and more caladiums as time goes on, but they're a plant that take a little bit of work in getting the numbers up. So slowly we'll have more and more available to you. So remember, you can do it. It's quite easy, and we'll catch you again next week. Thank you.